Hi, welcome to Mystic Moons. I hope everyone is doing well. The world is in such a tumultuous state. And cleanse the air a bit more. Do you ever wonder 1,000 times a day just where things are going? You look at leaders, people in the news, and you wonder if what you hear is true. What you see is true. Because, CGI characters, computer generated images. Is this real or is this not real? And who's paying someone to say this or that? It's very complicated, but at the same time, we get this little tingly feeling in the backs of our necks or in the pits of our stomach that challenge what our eyes behold, our ears hear. And we wonder, gee, that doesn't exactly sound right, or that doesn't exactly look right. Now, you have seen everyone has seen it, or you can look it up online. Trump, health problems. So Trump is always he's a big guy, 6'3", 6'4", and he's quite portly. And you would think with somebody with all his money does have custom-made suits, huh? Custom-made suits, shirts, underwear, the whole gamut of higher tier level of clothes. Now, you've seen those bruises on his hand, right? Now, why would you have a bruise on your hand? Right? Why would you have a rash or bruise on your neck? The last couple of public appearances, Trump has been shown to have strange markings, like almost like some kind of worm sucking vampire sucked out his neck. It's all red and rashy. Now, why would someone have those markings? Those markings. It's because we are meant to see it. Now we all see the upside down triangle, right? This thing, which is like, I'm part of the club. But we haven't seen that much. When we start seeing, now hands are very important in political figures. Hands are. They're always showing each other rah, 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 thumbs up, but they don't exactly go thumbs up. They put the hand here, the hand there. They go this, they do that. You can also find books that will give you a little cue as to what these hands mean. But we all know the upside down pyramid means you're one of us or you're not one of us. I have my allegiance to you, boss. But we can eliminate that for a second. We're not eliminating, we'll just put it. We're not here to talk about hand signs. We're talking about these marks. Hello, hello, hello. We're talking about these marks, the bruises. We're talking about the rashes, the neck marks. They're here for us to see. And also they're cue marks. And you have to, Trump is always, he came on the scene a year ago or a year and a half ago, and he's always very bubbly, very this. I mean, the man had energy like, somebody half his age. But I was looking at his photographs yesterday, the day before, and he seems rather different. He seems different. I don't mean he's a clone or anything like that, or one of those bioids. This same thing as a clone, a 3-day clone or something like that, or it's somebody in a plastic silicone suit. I don't mean that. I mean the fact of his vigor, his. He feels like he's oppressed, or he's like being directed. It's almost as though he has some kind of mechanical move this arm, some kind of like voice in, one of those earplug things, those ear hearing aids that you put in, and they're telling him and feeding him, you better say this. It seems like Trump is being controlled, and he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it, but he has no choice. And the fact that we see the bruises, which is an indication of of intravenous something or other, we know he's not getting vitamin shots, because if he was getting vitamin shots, they stick it in his backside, stick it in his belly, someplace where you and I and no one else would see. But these obvious nicks, the neck, the vampire bite, the hand, you know, you have to, we've all seen movies. Of course, we've all seen movies of like espionage. And this is like, we can go this way a little bit, because these movies that are made of so-called fiction are meant to tell us something at the same time. We know that. We know that. That they get these shots that if they don't do as they are told, they won't get the shots and they will die. They will have a health problem. They will have a heart attack. They will have this. They will have that. And there's no reason to think that anyone too high up or too low down would not be a victim of this type of exploitation. When Trump came onto office, he was saying that America first. Everybody knew America first, America first. And, well, the last day 3 of Operation Epic Fury has not been in, the mainland of the United States. It's not been in the city of Philadelphia. It has not been in LA, Chicago, or New York City, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, trying to make it better. Oh no. Our infrastructure still sucks. Potholes everywhere. People on like all sorts of antidepressants. I mean, it hasn't helped us. It hasn't done anything for us. I mean, really, is the greater America the objective with this operation of bombing Iran? We didn't want any more foreign wars. We made that perfectly clear. And he said, no more foreign wars. Okay. He's been in office 1 year plus, a few months, a few weeks. And Ukraine is still going strong. You don't see that dictator Zelensky being ousted. Oh no. He's been taken quite seriously, isn't he? And in fact, he's been depleting our USA military supplies, as well as other countries too. Now, what position are we in to really do this Fury operation? Some people call it Operation Epstein Fury for the obvious reasons. Distraction. But when a war happens, you can't control war like you can control gossip. You can control speech or public speech. But this is America. This is the United States. This is where we are supposed to exercise our First Amendment, and we're supposed to have ideas and keep throwing them out, and we're all supposed to have representatives that take care of us, the American people who put them in office. Right? But then again, we see people having marks on their bodies like Trump. Now, okay, so he has an outrageous diet of hamburgers and pizzas. I mean, the pizza pie that you would get in the pizzeria, not the pizzas slang. His diet is objectable, is questionable, it's not exactly organic foods and blood health, heart health, and things like that. First of all, being that kind of his age and being overweight itself is a bad sign. Bad sign. You shouldn't be that fat or that portly when you're that age. Your heart can't take it. And then that schedule he keeps, but that wouldn't give him the rash on the neck, right? Thank you for the likes. That wouldn't give him the rash on the neck or the bruises. Oh, but again, Is he being controlled? Is he being controlled? We're taking on Iran, right? And we go, Iran, 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 this lunatic, religious, oppressive state that is actually uh, as big as Western Europe, right? As big as Western Europe, with 1/3 the population plus of the American United States, right? And we're supposed to believe that all these huff, 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 and they have did this and they have done that. They've been shooting their load off. Now, when somebody brags about something, all of us know when somebody starts bragging, uh-oh, red flag, red flag, red flag. Because you don't need to brag if you're winning. You keep quiet and you plan. But what are the plans? Follow Israel to the greater Israel territorial gain? What is the plan here? Is it to like get our roads and our cities and our people together, American people? No. What is this war plan? They're going to be so shock and awe? Because if they were shock and awe, wouldn't we already have victory? And also, too, it's freaky. The blood moon, all this is going on. It's called ritualistic. The blood moon, which is symbolistic in the Christians, maybe also in the Zionists and the other types of religions. But the Christians feel the blood moon, it's a sign of the apocalypse, the end of times. The Christians are always looking for the end of something. Well, yes, there's always beginning, middle, and end. But come on. First of all, let's take away the word Iran. Just a little bit. And let's put Persian Empire. Persia. Iran is Persia. And think a moment. How long has the Persia been around? Did you know that it's been around 270,000 years? And how long has the USA, United States of America, been around? Not quite 250 years. That's a blink. Now, of course, United States, America is quite older than 250 years. But that's been suppressed. The indigenous population, what was here before, all that's been suppressed to make people transitory, to make them gullible, to make them not think about the old days. The old days. Whereas the Persians, they've kept their old days. Now, you know that our grounds in the United States that we put our feet on is older than 250 years, right? We know that. And it probably wouldn't take that much effort to dig up, or expose who we really are. But that's another subject. We're talking about right now the current regime, the current government, and the current leader, Trump. Is he being controlled by somebody else, by who he's fighting for? Where's the heart in this? Do you have your heart in foreign wars? Thank you very much. Do you think if we were winning, or are we going to lose because we don't have a stake in it other than reputation of our 250-year-old what? Or does Trump have a choice? Does he have a choice in this whole matter but to act like a puppet? Act like a marionette puppet. His strings are pulled. If he doesn't get that, what you see on his neck, he'll die. He could be impaired. His life is could be. Well, I know nothing personally except that the spirits are milling around. They're like infiltrating because we have a summons of blood moon, We have a planetary alignment, 6 planets in a row, that will continue this planetary arrangement until April the 3rd. That's a couple of months, 2 months, 60 days. 60 days. And he's even saying, Trump is saying that this war in the Middle East against Iran, the Iranian government, the Persian Empire, will continue for at least 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks, and maybe longer. But he's going to rush it. He's going to rush it. He's taking out the leadership. But the thing about the leadership of this Persian Empire that we've been attacking, they already went for sainthood. The guy knew, Khomeini, he knew, he sacrificed himself because he wanted to be called a saint. And of course, Trump granted him sainthood to the people. He said he will not go into shelters because not all of my people have shelters. That's refreshing. Isn't that interesting, Americans? And we have no shelter here for the retribution of our government's action. They have shelter. But getting back to Trump's markings on his neck, is that that's to remind certain people that you must play the game of life. So let's see right now. Let's ask the spirits, the heavens, because all things are heard in different dimensions. Our little 3D world that we're being suffocated by, goes far, is readable by the 4th, 5th, and 17th dimensions. That the spirits, the forces, the beings, other non-humans, others are watching, guiding, laughing, and waiting their blood sacrifice. Do you think those Iranian children that were murdered in the schools, those little kindergartens, that was a sacrifice? Do you think for certain elements of this unholy demonic move, war and destruction destruction, death is demonic. Never forget that. Blood of the innocent is the most treasured blood for demons. Yeah. I'm a peace person. And I hope that you, in your heart, want peace. And they're saying in this country, the Department of War says, oh, we're finally getting even with Persia, Iran, because 45 years ago, they did this, and that. Now, he's talking about something that you have to be at least 60 or 70 years old to even have any inkling of what happened. 60-year-old, 70-year-old, right? Like, I mean, isn't this kind of being like senior ageism, something? It doesn't smell right when you have to dig up archives, dig up graves, and see, oh, this is where they put the stake through the heart to make sure the vampire stayed dead. You're more interested in the vampires running around sucking up the blood and the zombies and things like that, right? As opposed to digging up the graveyard. So it's already kind of defeatist when you have to dig up the graveyard. But however, all this and this and that, let's see, is Trump being controlled by some toxic agent? The man is not himself, and he promised. Trump promised, and he galvanized the masses, their passion, their love, their hopes. And now he knows that cannot fulfill them. He has not fulfilled them. He has not. We are disillusioned. We are. Trump is different. He's different. Is his life hanging in someone's hands? And who is controlling our president? But let's first find out, spirits. Is President Trump of the United States, being controlled? Is he being controlled with toxics, the bruises, the rashes? Is his life in danger? if he doesn't do as he's told. And who's telling him? Well, we all know who is telling Trump what to do or forcing him to do. And Trump is not a happy man. Oh no, he is not a happy man. Trump is miserable. He's miserable. He's tired of being the bait. He's tired of being told, do this or else. Or is he? Is he? Is he? Now, of course, I'm contacting universal rashes, universal essence. Because this is, you'll never hear the answer. You'll never be told by paid propagandists. No, I don't get any money. You know that. I'm just sitting here sharing with you because we, some of us, are very blessed. Blessed how, you could say. Blessed with vision, blessed with questions, blessed with that smells. Our senses tell us something is off. Off. And I'm looking here, and where am I? Let's just see. Tell us, spirits. Tell us. Tell us what is. Is Trump being controlled by some? Maybe this is as much as these dragon ones can say. This one. Okay. And then let's see first of all what this says. These are random feelings. Random feelings. Is he being controlled? The first one we get. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We have a presentation. The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. Oh, everybody's waiting. 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 Wait and see. Do what you're told. Wait and see. Wait and see. Do what you're told. Does he do it well? Does he perform well under threats? Does Trump perform well under threats? Is he? Everybody's watching. All these cups. And then we have the 10 of Cups. It seems as though we have a very... Now we're asking you, is Trump being controlled by a toxics? Being controlled by someone who's threatened his life? Who's threatened him? Who's threatened him? And we have the 9 of Cups and we have the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. That seems like an affirmation, doesn't it? That seems like we're not far off the mark. Of course, we can only speculate because we're not in that circle. But as we hover around in the ether, as we zoom around in the heavens, something smells. We look at his pictures. We can see the man is oppressed. We look into his eyes of his soulless acceptance, or trapped, like a trapped beast. The next one we got? Death. 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 Are we spot on? Are we spot on? Are we spot on? Death, in some decks, to me, represents transformation, a change. But however, as we have the question, look at this. Watching. He's being watched, controlled. The Ten of Cups. Oh, yes, we've got him, we got him, we got him. And then we have death. What do you think? What do you think? I think it feels like that we've definitely hit upon something that those bruises, because a man with that kind of money who could afford the finest clothes in the world, the finest medicines in the world, the finest of everything, why would he have a rash? Why would he have bruises? A rash on the neck, that's called the vampire sucking up. It's very obvious for you to see. Something is off. Something is really off. And you could even say he realizes that he cannot win the Iranian war. He cannot win because he's not getting the proper advice. He's not being spoken to with people who have nothing more than to exasperate, deplete the American arsenal. We are being used. Trump knows that we are being used. And if he wants to keep breathing, you almost get that feeling. If he wants to keep on in this dimension, he has to play the game. And the game has only one way. One way. Death. Death. Very, very auspicious, don't you think? Very, very weird. Very, very, very strange. Very, very, very strange. Now, let's just see if we can get, now we can feel that he's being, something is really off. Something is really off in this whole scenario. We cannot win this war. We can use supplies up. We can make a lot of damage. Death and destruction is what war is, right? It's not barbecue. It's not talking sensibly. It's not planning a healthy future. It's breaking, killing, sacrifice to what? Lower G gods. Huh? You can't scare people who refuse to fear death, who will build from destruction. And you cannot explain, do unto others as you wish them to do unto you. That's a basic, universal, human to human law. Law. Do unto others as you wish them to do you. He who lives by the sword will dieth by the sword. So they all say. And of course, in different languages and different things, it's all the same thing. Violence begets violence. Love begets love. Now, bragging that you've killed people that have reached sainthood in their country's viewpoint is not the way to go. It's a way of the weak. It's the way of the weak. It's a way of the weakness. Bullies brag. Smart person does not do that. And even the way that the Iranians have responded to the attacks on their country. They've been hitting the supply centers all over the Gulf states, all over the place. So when the United States uses up their missiles, their drones, they're going to need to be restocked, because there will be nothing more there. So we see that this is food for thought, isn't it? Well, I'm going to leave this for now, because we wanted to just see, is Trump being controlled? And the rich man getting bruises on his body, not the poor man who, or even the athletic man, if he was wrestling, if he was doing this, if he was doing that, no. He does nothing of that nature. And can you trust friends that have conditions for you to do? When people give you money, people give you donations, they want something. They want something. Even when you start a business, venture capitalist, they want something. Your angel investor, he or she wants something. How much has Trump gotten from his donors? They want something. They want something. Are they getting it? Are they getting it? Have the U.S. Army not taking care of Philadelphia, Chicago, rebuilding the United States. No, we're over there thousands of miles away, creating havoc, damage, death. Now, think about this. Reading says a lot of things.